Good morning, students. So, last week, last week we have completed the first part, half of the chapter, A Visit to Cambridge, written by Firdaus Kanga, and we had seen that we are talking about the two extraordinary person, extraordinary in terms that though they are physically disabled, though they are physically disabled, but they have achieved something very huge. They have achieved something huge, so they are termed as extraordinary people. So we have seen, so the remaining portion we are going to see today. Now let's start. Every time I shifted in my chair or turned my wrist to watch the time, I wanted to make every one of her 30 minutes count. Now 30 minutes was appointed, given to him, to meet Stephen Hawking. So he wanted to utilize each and every minute, each and every second of that 30 minutes. I felt a huge relief and exhilaration in the possibilities of my body. So he was feeling very happy. Exhilaration means feeling of excitement. He was feeling very excited, Firdaus Kanga. And why he was feeling? Because he has met whom he had never thought of meeting. वो कभी सोचा ही नहीं था कि स्टीफन हॉकिंग that I can meet Stephen Hawking, and now he is sitting live in front of him. And he says a very important line: how little it mattered then that I would never walk or even stand. How little it mattered. हमको फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता that I can't walk, I can't stand. I told him how he had been an inspiration beyond cliche for me. So he says that for me and surely for others, did that thought help him? If you are being an inspiration for the whole world, are you happy at this? He straight away says no. Stephen Hawking says no. And I thought how foolish I was to ask. When your body is a claustrophobic room and the walls are growing narrower day by day, it doesn't do much good to you that there are people outside smiling with admiration to see you breathing still. Means he says that my body is like a claustrophobic room. Claustrophobic room is a very small room, suffocated room, है ना, जहाँ पे suffocation feel होता है. So he says that my body is also like a claustrophobic room. I feel suffocated. I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk, I have to talk with the help of machine. And the walls are growing narrower day by day. Means this frustration, this suffocation is growing up day by day. So this doesn't help me. If people are smiling outside with admiration and they want me to be live, is there any advice you can give disabled people? Something that might help make life better? And he says a very important line: students, they should concentrate on what they are good at. And this is not only for the disabled person, but for we human beings, all the human beings, all the students. You should concentrate on what you are good at. I think things like the disabled Olympics are a waste of time. This disabled Olympics for the disabled people, these are just a waste of time. And then he continues, I know what you mean. I remembered the years I had spent trying to play a Spanish guitar, considerably larger than I was, and how gleefully I had unstrung it one night. Now he says that you are saying a line that you should concentrate on what you are good at. This I understand it very well. I understand it quite well because I remember that I was also trying to learn a Spanish guitar, which was considerably very large than my size. And how gleefully, how happily I broke it one night. Means I was not good at Spanish guitar, so I didn't do it. And the half an hour was up. I think I have annoyed you enough, I said, grinning. Grinning means smiling but showing large amount of teeth, दांत दिखाकर हंसना. Grinning. Thank you for, and dead. Stay. I waited. Have some tea, I can show you the garden. Stephen Hawking says, wait, have some tea, I can show you the garden. The garden was as big as a park, but Stephen Hawking covered every inch, rumbling along it, his motorized wheelchair, while I dodged to keep out of the way. Because Firdaus Kanga's wheelchair was not motorized. So he was dodging behind, means पीछे छूट जाता था. We couldn't talk very much. The sun made him silent. How the sun made him silent? Because you all have used phone. So in day sunlight, we have to just increase the brightness of the screen. So that's why वो ब्राइटनेस के कारण वो स्क्रीन पे, कंप्यूटर स्क्रीन पे उसका फ्लैश, जो आंसर जो फ्लैश होता था, दैट कुडंट बी सीन प्रॉपरली. सो द लेटर्स ऑन स्क्रीन डिसअपियरिंग इन द ग्लेयर, सो दैट स्क्रीन में जो वर्ड्स फ्लैश हो रहे थे, दैट कुडंट बी सीन क्वाइट वेल, है ना, उसको बढ़िया से नहीं देखा जा रहा था. सो इज सेइंग द लेटर्स ऑन स्क्रीन, द लेटर्स ऑन स्क्रीन मीन्स वो शाइन की वजह से या डैजलिंग लाइट की वजह से द वर्ड्स वर डिसअपियरिंग. An hour later, when they finished the tour in the garden, we were ready to leave. I didn't know what to do. Firdaus Kanga didn't knew how to say goodbye, how to say thank you to. I could not kiss him or cry. He was feeling very emotional to leave Stephen Hawking. I touched his shoulder and wheeled out into the summer evening. Just he touched his shoulder, Stephen Hawking's shoulder, and he wheeled out in his wheelchair. I looked back and I knew he was waving. By looking into his eyes, I could feel that he was waving, though he wasn't. Though he wasn't really, he wasn't, because he couldn't move. Watching him, an embodiment of my bravest self, the one I was moving towards, the one I had believed in far so many years alone, I knew that my journey was over from now. This journey was over. And this is Firdaus Kanga is the writer from Heavens on Wheels. Heavens on Wheels is a book, and this, A Visit to Cambridge, is an extract from it. Now he could understand that being disabled is not a very big deal. Yeah, we should not just curse ourselves. We should not curse ourselves. Because today he knew that after being disabled, though Firdaus Kanga's body was not fully paralyzed, but Stephen Hawking's body was fully paralyzed, and still he achieved a great height of success. So he said a line in between, if you remember, how little it mattered to me that I can't stand or can't walk. How little it mattered. My body is much better as compared to Stephen Hawking, then why can't I achieve if Stephen Hawking could do? So these were the thoughts Firdaus Kanga took away in his mind, and he went back from his home. And this half an hour will definitely change the life of Firdaus Kanga and to all of the students, those who are reading this chapter. If you take this chapter seriously, if a physically challenged person, if a physically disabled person, the whole body is paralyzed, he can achieve a great height of success. Why couldn't you? Why couldn't we? So this should be the question in our mind. अगर वो कर सकते तो हम क्यों नहीं? So from today and from now, we will definitely try to achieve what we want. We'll have a goal, we'll have a fixed goal, and we will work on it. Okay? Thank you, students.